All right, good morning everybody. Welcome to Chatting with Mr. Brown on this Wednesday, April 15th, 2020, tax day. Just kidding, they gave us an extension for tax day, so it's down the road a little bit. But today I thought I would show you guys how to make my absolutely favorite cookie, the Snickerdoodle. So what we're going to do is, in our mixing bowl, we've got 3/4 cup of white sugar, regular granulated sugar. We've got a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and we've got a cup or 2 sticks of margarine, and we're going to blend that all together till it's nice and creamy. So we'll get those in here to our trusty mixer. Make sure we put our mixing blade on because that would be pretty bad. One of the key secrets that you want to do for any cookie recipe is you want your butter and your eggs to sit out until they are room temperature. That makes the cookies just that much fluffier and sweeter. So these have been sitting out for a couple hours and they're nice and room temperature. And now we're just going to mix those. Gotta stop that, make sure the butter gets down there. Some other people like to cube the butter, and that's not a terrible idea. It keeps it from having moments like this where it's all stuck up and stuff like that. But it happens. So let's see here. Just wanted to get all nice and creamed together. Turn up the mixer a little bit now that it's less cubey. Good, and then we're going to add in 1 full egg and 1 yolk of an egg. So not 2 full eggs, 1 egg, 1 egg yolk. We'll let that cream together for a little bit longer. Stop it for a second, push everything down there, just make sure it stays in the mixing zone. Helps everything to stay together nicely. Oop. Put that back in there and let it go. Now, in a separate bowl, I have 2 1/4 cups of flour. I have 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon powder, 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 of salt. And so what we're going to do with those is we're just going to twist them all together. Make sure that the mixture is nice and even together. So you see some of the darkness from the cinnamon starting to kind of integrate there with everything. All right, and then after we got a nice creamy looking batter over here with the wet ingredients, we're going to slowly start to add the dry ingredients. Actually, we're not going to slowly mix them, we're just going to dump them right on in. Which is weird because other cookie recipes do that, but it's not quite as bulky as some other cookie recipes tend to be. So, get all of that in there. And then you don't want to go high because otherwise it's going to go poof. So we'll just do a nice, slow mix. We'll just let all that mix in there nicely for a few minutes. Alright, so once you've got all your mixing done, you should have a very nice dough, like such. What I'd like to do is before we chill it, because we're going to chill it for at least an hour. You can chill it for more than an hour if you want to, depending on what your schedule is, but we're going to chill it for at least an hour, is I like to get my dough and transfer it to another bowl. Now, nothing really serious and reason to do it, but I'm a little bit of a neat freak. So what I like to do during this time is to catch up and make sure that all of the dishes from step 1 are done. Because at some point, you're gonna have to do the dishes. And if you do them early while everything's still fresh, they're not that hard to clean out and they get done, and then you don't have to worry about that. So while this is chilling, I'm gonna clean the dishes real quick. I'll spare you the monotony of having to watch that. But we're going to put the dough in a bowl like this. We're gonna cover it with saran wrap and we're gonna let it chill for 1 hour. Hey y'all, I just realized that the whole time I was doing that, didn't have my earphones in, so I don't know if you could hear me over the mixer, but I thought I'd go through the ingredients with you again. So 2 3/4 cups flour, 3/4 cup granulated sugar, 1 cup butter, 1/2 cup butter brown sugar, 1 egg, 1 egg yolk, 1½ teaspoons of cinnamon powder, 2 teaspoons cream of tartar, 1 teaspoon baking soda, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. You're going to mix your wet ingredients, that'd be the sugar and the butter, the sugars and the butter together. And then after you're done with that, you'll mix all the dry ingredients together and then mix them together as a large group. Before you do that, add the egg and the egg yolk to the sugar mixture. So once that's done, then you take the dry ingredients, combine them together, and then put that into the wet mix. And then after it's all mixed nicely, you're going to let it chill for an hour. And then after an hour, we'll be right back to show you how the next step for baking those cookies. All right, friends, so welcome back. Our dough has chilled for an hour. So now what we're gonna do, by the way, love the crazy hair. I don't know if you got to see it earlier because I was gonna cut off. All right, but we're gonna preheat the oven to 350. We're gonna get the cookie dough out of the refrigerator. And this next part is really, really fun. So you take a 1/4 cup of sugar, and you take 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and you mix it together in a small bowl, because this is the fun part of putting snickerdoodles together. This is my favorite part of doing this. So, you're gonna take those, mix them up real good. So you got your nice cinnamon sugar coating. Yep, just mix it up with your teaspoon right there. Ain't no harm in that. So again, 1/4 cup regular sugar, 2 teaspoons, not tablespoons, teaspoons of cinnamon. You should get a nice little mixture like that. Also, a really important part of cookie baking is you want to make sure that you cover your cookie sheets with parchment. Not wax paper. There's a big difference. Don't want to do that. We're just going to take some parchment paper and put that neatly over our cookie sheets. Like so. Okay, then you're going to take your cookie dough and you're going to pinch off just a nice little round ball, hand-sized ball, roll it around, put it in your cinnamon sugar. You're just going to roll it around in the cinnamon sugar and then put it right on the cookie sheet. So you do that. Depends how big your cookie sheets are, how many cookies you can get on there at a time. All up to you. But you do them like this, and I'll show you here again. It's hard to direct it, but there they are. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take a glass that has a flat bottom, no surface. You're going to take it and you're going to just mush the cookies ever so slightly. Okay, so now you have them nice and flat. So we'll do a whole sheet of those. All right, so we got them all ready. We're going to take them and put them into the oven to bake at 350 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. I like to get them up on the top rack so they're right underneath there, get crisp. I'm going to go ahead and do it for 11 minutes. So Alexa, set a timer for 11 minutes. That's embarrassing. Alexa, set a timer for 11 minutes.
11 minutes, starting now.
There we go. And now we're just going to let those cook for about 11 minutes, and then we'll see you after that for some delicious warm cookies. All right, so the timer went off, so let's see what we got. We'll pull one out and pop the next side in. Ooh, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Alexa, set a timer for 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
These are what the
Starting
cookies
now.
look like. We're going to let them cool off for about 5 minutes because you want to give them a little bit of time to finish that last little bit of crisping on the sheet. So we'll let them do that, and then after that, we will pull them off and put them on some of our cooling racks, which I don't know where the camera, there it is. So we'll do that, and then we'll show you the finished project here in just one more moment. All right, well, our cookies have finished baking. They're cooling on the rack, and as you can see, they turned out very well. So I hope you enjoyed these. These are my favorite cookies, the Snickerdoodle. And we'll catch up with you tomorrow. By the way, before I leave you, talk to you about Prince of Egypt. Did a bit more research. It is a new musical by Stephen Schwartz. If that name sounds familiar, one of his older shows that we've done at Frederick a couple times before is Godspell. And one of his most recent shows is that of Wicked. So if you're looking for a great new soundtrack to listen to, try out Prince of Egypt for 2020. And it is written by Stephen Schwartz, the creator of Wicked. So until tomorrow, we'll see you then. Have a great day. This has been Chatting with Mr. Brown. May music be your hope, your guide, your dreams, and get you through all this, and we'll all get through it together. Take care.